So if you guys didn't know, there's always been this floating rumor around the Carti community that Carti wants to drop another album following I Am Music, more so music, almost like a back-to-back album, right? There's this name that's been thrown around from the leakers called Baby Boy, and honestly, these past couple of days, that can become a reality because Carti has been stamping his next album being named Baby Boy pretty heavy as of recent, so let's get into it. So like I said, if you guys didn't know, the next following album following music is supposed to be called Baby Boy. Realistically, regarding the name Baby Boy, nobody really knew if that was a reality, and it was kind of just like insider information. The only piece and bit of information we got regarding a second album was Carti in this clip. He was like talking to A$AP Bari. He was like, yo, I'm trying to drop 2 albums back to back. This surfaced, I believe, in 2023, maybe 2024 last year. I don't really know, but he was like, yo, I'm trying to drop 2 albums back to back. That actually aligned with what the insiders were talking about, saying there's gonna be a second album following music called Baby Boy. Realistically, when I seen all this information go down from the insiders first, I was like, bro, there's no way Carti's dropping a second album, let alone one, right? Let's just get this one album out the way. It's been 5 years. Who knows when he was dropping? Obviously, I'm sitting here on March 16, 2025, finally with music. Album of the year has been dropped, but it does seem that Baby Boy is actually a real thing, right? So if you guys didn't know, this was the clip where Carti kind of announced it, right? Or not really announced it,
back to back.
He said, I'm trying to drop 2 of them. Then Bari said back to back. He said February, then the month after, right? And I believe this was back in 2023. So that's how that came about, right? So everyone was like, okay, Carti said he's trying to drop 2 of them. Insiders are talking about a second album following music called Baby Boy. What is this Baby Boy type thing? Is it a reality? And honestly, I think it is. And I think Carti might actually drop another one soon. I don't really know, but Carti has started to tease Baby Boy dumb heavy, right? Because on his Instagram right here, Opium, he went I think every song is on the top 30, which is nuts. He has a #1 song. It streamed 139 million times on Spotify alone, I believe. That's insane. That's nuts. But if you guys see the caption right here, it says all 30, thank you so much. Baby Boy on the way. So Baby Boy, from what the insiders were talking about, is actually a reality. And this is kind of what came about from the insiders, right? They said new info on Playboi Carti's 2 upcoming albums, right? So they're talking about music. Obviously, it dropped. There's a high chance that Pop Out is no longer on the track list. Well, what do we have today, right? That's crazy. I didn't think Pop Out was going to make it either. Then they're still talking about the album, boom, boom, boom. And then they spoke on Baby Boy being the second album is supposedly new music with a new sound. And honestly, I think that could become a reality because what we got with music wasn't really anything new from Carti. I wouldn't say it wasn't really anything like left field or that surprised anybody. It was like, boom. It more so felt like a compilation mixtape type of feel to me. It didn't really feel like a well-curated body of work. And I don't really think that's what Carti was aiming towards with this project. I think he was just kind of trying to show off his like different eras, his different sounds, and his development throughout this whole journey waiting for this album. I think he did that pretty successfully because there's a number of sounds on this project. There's different voices. You can tell what songs were recorded in what era. You could see what type of vibe Carti was on, you know, in this era and this era. And it just felt like a whole mashup of everything, right? So when the insiders said Baby Boy is supposedly new music with a new sound, me personally, I think he's going to do the opposite of what he did with music. And I feel like he's going to give us a well-curated, well-put-together body of work that I don't even think is going to be too long. Maybe it might be 20-something songs. Realistically, I'm probably going to aim more so from like 10 to like 15. I think that could be pretty dope. And what I think Carti should do, me personally, he gave us, you know, just it felt like a compilation, mixtape. It was fun. It's just a whole lot of different vibes. I think Carti should take a Yeezus approach and give us like 10 to 12 just hard songs that are just completely experimental, and he gets in like one bag or something we've never seen from Carti, does it in a short amount of songs, right? Yeezus was 10 songs, 40 minutes, right? He does it short amount of songs. It's short, it's sweet, but it's so something different, right? Because like I said, music wasn't really anything new. I don't think anybody was really shocked listening to this album. We kind of already seen this album almost develop before our eyes. So I would love to see, you know, what the hell Carti would cook. You know, Carti has some insane songs, right? He's got songs like Meet Your Maker. I would love to see just a completely experimental, different approach from Carti, because that's why I love Carti's music so much. That's why I love Travis's music so much. That's why I love like Tyler and Rocky, because when they put out projects, it's a well curated, you know, body of work to where they really dive into like one era or one sound and they just hit it on the head, right? They hit the nail on the head. I wouldn't really say Carti did that for music. Like I said, it's more so like a compilation. I really enjoyed the album. I think it's fun. I think you could play on shuffle. I think everybody could enjoy it. But I would love to see like another Whole Lotta Red from Carti, to where he takes this crazy different approach and it's just like a shock factor. But he does it, he's in it, and it's just like so raw and it's him. Pause. Like I think that would be super, super dope. A Yeezus type album from Carti would be crazy, right? And before we get into that, I just want to show off the new sponsor of this channel. Shout out Flow Culture. They make pretty dope artist-based products, as you guys can see right here. They make artist-based rugs, mouse pads, phone cases, pillows. You can customize whatever you want. Also, they have, you know, specific rapper-based items, right? So if you want to buy a Carti-based product, you can buy a Carti poster, mouse pad, phone case. Same thing with Travis, Kendrick, Yeet, Drake, XYZ. They got all these rappers right here alongside all of these different types of items. They do offer free shipping on orders over $50, and if you use my code MONEYMAY10 at checkout, you will be getting 10% off. Link will be in the description. If you guys like the items, go cop, use my code, and let's go back to the video. But like I said, it does seem like Baby Boy is actually a possibility. If you were to tell me this last year, I'm like, bruh, are we serious? 2 albums from Carti? We ain't even get 1. Let's just focus on music, or I am music, right? But he's been stamping it heavy, right? He said in the caption, Baby Boy on the way. Said on Twitter, he pinned this on his main feed right here. They said, Carti, you want to give us back-to-back albums since you love us so much? He pinned that comment. What else? Then he liked a comment on Twitter talking about what's stopping you from doing this for Baby Boy back to back, right? So they're talking about Future and Hendrix. Future dropped literally 1 album, and then the next Friday he dropped another album, which I really, really enjoy this. Do I think Carti is gonna drop a whole nother project next week? Realistically, I don't think so. If I'm Carti, I'm gonna probably drop maybe 6 to 8 months from now, maybe like I don't know, maybe fall, maybe, you know, winter time, maybe like the last Friday of the year. I think Carti could sit on this project. I don't think this album's gonna last 5 years, to be honest. I don't really think it is. Who really knows? But if I'm Carti, I'd probably drop by the end of the year, maybe early next year, or maybe just even sooner. Who really knows, right? I would love to see Carti take that insane approach with a project. What another possibility could be is this Ye Carti tape. I don't really think it's gonna go down, but this is what Ye said on Twitter. He said, we were working on a project called Carti Ye. I'm sorry this won't happen now. From Carti's actual twin, heartbreak emoji. Is it Ye like 50 from Carti's actual twin? And he was talking about Kendrick Lamar because he dissed Kendrick, talking about, yo, Kendrick, you're not Carti's evil twin, something like that. He was like, I don't like Kendrick's music, XYZ. Then he said, this was the album cover. I teased it the other day. So maybe a Carti Ye project is on the way. But by the way Ye was speaking on Twitter, I don't think that's a possibility, because Ye said this on Twitter, so I really don't think that's gonna go down. Who really knows what this Baby Boy album is? I really hope for just a well-curated, just Carti diving into this whole different phase. I think that could be super sick. When I think it's gonna drop, realistically, I don't know, because this is not the first time Carti's teased another album following the project. You know, Whole Lotta Red dropped, boom, we're not done yet, let's drop Molly World. Has Molly World ever dropped? No. So I'm gonna take this with a grain of salt, right? But it could be a possibility. I do think following this album, Carti's gonna put himself out more. I don't really think he's gonna be that mysterious that he used to be. So we'll realistically just see what goes down maybe in the next couple of months. Is Baby Boy on the way? We will see. But if you guys like this video, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think Baby Boy should be. Should it be just a fun album? Should it be an experimental album? Should Carti, you know, dive in crazy and, you know, take it really, really serious? Because I felt like music was just like a fun album to just give to the fans. Everybody has one of them songs that they do enjoy, and it's just a good time overall, right? Let me know what you guys think. If you guys like this video, like, comment, share, and subscribe. It's Money May or Zay, and I'm out. Thank you guys.